Hey guys, Jeff here with Ghost Knight Gaming, and hey, I'm back for another cosplay vlog. Still a little late. The last week has been not great. But that being said, we still have some updates to do. Some not so great news and some okay news. Mostly here I'm just kind of talking about being able to accept that you're going to make mistakes while working on projects and kind of deal with it. So first update. Here's the helmet. Looks okay here, not so great back here. So I really mismeasured in the back part of it, as you can see by the really steep slope, and doesn't fit on my head. It seems like it almost could work in theory, but I put too much slope, and as much as I could probably just cut these pieces out and remeasure certain parts of it, there's certain parts of it just aren't going to be long enough without like surgery to fix it. So I'm basically starting from scratch, using most of the similar measurements. Like the front plate, I can't complain about too much. The mouthpiece, the side piece, most of that's not so bad. It's actually figuring it out up here. And part of the problem is obviously I didn't do a full head template. I'm kind of measuring and playing by ear. So that's kind of worked hit or miss. Also, while trying to match the images that I'm using for source material, I've kind of made some mistakes on the looks, at least as far as I'm concerned, that I'm not really happy of how it's looking. So I'm hoping to fix that up with the next version of it, of which, at the very least, I didn't get a chance to get much done. Here's some of the pieces of it here. So I've got it started. I'm just working through particular pieces, finding which ones I want to do with what, and how I want to do it in what order to kind of make it look cleaner. So that's the other thing. But going back to that, big thing, guys, don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's going to happen. Take into account that you may have to redo certain parts of pieces you're working on in case you aren't happy with it. Because if you're not happy with it, and I'm not talking the obsessive, way too overcritical of your work, but if you're not happy with how something looks, especially considering you're potentially going to be wearing it for an entire convention weekend, or longer photo shoots, all that kind of stuff. If you're going to be wearing this for a while, be happy with what you're doing. So go back and look at that and fix it up. If it's a temporary thing, then okay, it's a temporary thing. Build a better version later. A lot of the stuff that's probably going to happen with this armor is going to get a better version at a later point. But yeah, don't be afraid to make mistakes and fix it up. It's not a one-shot deal. This is not the be-all, end-all. If you don't get it in the first pass, you're done. That's not the case. You're going to learn things, and you're going to learn techniques and methods that are going to make it a whole lot of. You're going to learn how to assemble things. Like this is what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 9 pieces right now. So that's 9 different pieces I have to somehow assemble together to create this helmet. So there's a lot of connection points for this that could go horribly wrong, and in some cases they did. So this gives me an opportunity to make cleaner lines, have cleaner connection points, reduced on sanding and cleaning up later on, and kind of play with some of the measurements that I made and how certain parts of it look. Hopefully that's going to make a huge difference on the second version of this helmet. And once again, hopefully it'll actually fit on my head. But considering the first time I tried to make a helmet, I think it took me 4 tries just to make a working helmet. And it definitely wasn't happening with the first couple iterations. Now I've got that iteration. That one actually makes for a great template for a ton of helmets, which I plan on doing a video in the future on that specific template, how I made that template, and what I can do with that template in the future. And hopefully have some really good examples of using that template in the future. Other than that, I don't think I'm going to be going to Edmonton Expo. I really wanted to go, but both financially and in my personal life, health and everything wise, it's just I can't push myself to try to get out there for it. This year has been really chaotic. There's been a lot going on, and a lot of stuff in my life that I thought was more on track that somebody keeps throwing, sticks into the spokes. So I've got to work on getting myself sorted and better situated. So we are going to plan heavily for next year. Basically, between the cosplays that I'm working on right now, the stuff I'm working on for my kids, and some of those projects, that's all going to be a next year thing. So you're going to see a lot of this stuff coming next year, and hopefully things will start coming a little bit faster as well. So some of the builds are going to come faster. Some of the other props that I've got in the works are going to start coming faster and faster as I get better at doing the various things, and I'm able to start cleaning up and finishing up some of these projects, because the stuff I've learned from a couple of these projects is definitely going to make future projects a whole lot easier. In addition, I've got panels planned for at least one convention. Hopefully I'm going to get to 3 or 4. So for anybody that's in the Alberta area, you'll definitely get plenty of opportunities to see me all over the place next year. I'm going to try to get to as many conventions to host panels on cosplay, gaming stuff, all the kind of stuff that I do. I'm going to try to get panels going for all of that, whether it's stuff about Twitch streaming, whether it's, video game related, YouTube, or cosplay, or just other game stuff. More of that will be coming in the future, and you guys will get a chance to see that. And hopefully I'll have everything set up to make sure that I can do recordings of the various panels, and they'll show up on YouTube for anybody that's not able to get to the conventions that I'll be at. So other than that, I'm kind of in between things right now. I'm still recovering from being sick. This has kind of hit me harder than I had thought it would, dealing with some personal life stuff, so that's kind of slowing things down. So updates in the next week or so are going to be really, really, really sparse. I'm hoping to get back to the helmet and finish it at some point this week, but that's not a guarantee. I'm hoping to do a couple of more pieces for my kids this weekend, and hopefully that'll probably be the vast majority of updates this weekend. Will be a couple of projects that I need to finish up for them. So probably stay tuned to my Instagram and stuff like that for those as well. And as usual, my Twitch schedule is working pretty much on par at this point. The usual things. So tonight I'll be streaming. So Monday nights, Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, Friday during the day, Saturday night, all that fun stuff. So if you guys want to check that out and hang out with me on that, be sure to hit the link down below. Other than that, that's it for me. Remember, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to learn from your mistakes. And don't treat it as if it's the only time you're going to make something. Be willing to make a couple of versions of it, especially if you're not happy with it. Don't force yourself to love it. Okay? Make it so you're happy. Right? That's what this is about, is having fun and enjoying the creations you've got. I mean, there's plenty of stuff that I've finished here that will get made better later. And they'll be all over the place and probably be giveaways and stuff like that. Who knows? Anyway, that's it for me. Have fun, guys. Keep gaming, and I will see you guys again next time.